What is up, bros and broettes? I'm Inkslasher, and today we're going to be talking about the new game mode coming to Black Ops 3. In fact, it's already out. It came out today, and it seems like a lot of people didn't even know this game mode was coming out. They didn't really advertise it extremely well, but yes, it is out today. As you watch this video, you can go and play it, and the way to do so is check out that bonus playlist, and it will be in there. It is only on the new generation of consoles, so sorry, those Xbox 360 users and PS3 users, you unfortunately don't get this game mode. But today we're going to be talking about how good is Fracture and what it's all about. So first things first, what is Fracture and how is it played? So there is two main aspects to this game mode. The first is the kill confirmed aspect, and the second is the hardpoint aspect. The kill confirmed aspect works as when you kill someone, they drop a fracture piece. Now this fracture piece you can then pick up just like a kill confirmed dog tag. The only difference is in Fracture you can stack these dog tags, because when you pick them up it doesn't right away give you points for it. So you can stack these dog tags. You can pick up 3 of them and have 3 kind of in your inventory, let's say, or you can have 10 of them, or you can have 1 of them. Now once you have these fracture pieces, you then have to take them to the fracture point. Now this is a point exactly like a hard point. It's like this spinning weird circular thing that you saw on the thumbnail of this video. Now this fracture point, when you take the pieces there, it kind of takes some time to deposit your pieces. What I mean by this is you get to the fracture point, you stand on the fracture point, and then it then takes time to individually put the fracture pieces you picked up into there one at a time. Now this is the hardpoint aspect to it. This fracture point actually moves around the map. So where you deposit these fragments are now moving throughout the map, and it is incredibly important you know where you're taking these fracture pieces, because that's how you score in this game. Now for me to give you tips on this game mode, I actually have to explain to you how it plays, how it feels, how it works while you are playing the game mode. And that's a very difficult question to answer, and here's why. So first of all, this is a fun game mode. It's fun to play, it's interesting, and it changes up the way you play the game. However, the two aspects of the game are very different, and because of that it causes some problems, and here's what I mean by that. So first of all, the kill confirmed aspect of it. This kill confirmed is my favorite game mode in Black Ops 3. I love playing it. The reason being is when you play kill confirmed, the idea of the dog tags makes it so it's like TDM with the same sort of spawns. However, it forces you to move around the map a lot more, because to score you actually have to pick up the dog tags and run over that dead body you just killed. Whereas Team Deathmatch, you can literally sit at the back of a map and just pick people off and get points that way. So the whole idea of kill confirmed is to actually speed up the gameplay, getting you to run around more and forcing faster and faster engagements. Whereas when we look at hardpoint is actually a little bit different. Hardpoint is campy, but at the same time force close range engagements. And what I mean by this is when you're going to a hardpoint, you are stopping and waiting at an area. You are camping out a specific area on the map and trying to hold down that position. However, players are going to be running at you. They're going to be forcing close range engagements, so it means that guns like SMGs and things like that are going to be that much better. Even LMGs I find are a little bit better in hardpoint, because of the fact that people are going to be running towards you, you know where the engagements are coming from, and you don't have to reload as much, where is going to be very important, because people are coming to you. Now combining these two game modes is where this causes a problem. So, first of all, these are both fast-paced game modes, which do complement each other, but that's not where the problem takes place. This game mode is incredibly fast in so many ways. You're going to find yourself getting into gunfight after gunfight after gunfight by just simply playing the objective, and it's all based around pushing everyone towards that fracture point that we talked about earlier. Now, this is a problem and a good thing. So, first of all, it speeds up the game, which is fantastic, but it's a problem because I found it very difficult to get any higher than 2 kill death ratio by playing the objective. It could happen, but most of the time I was looking around a 2 kill death ratio, which is good. However, normally if I play kill confirmed or team deathmatch, I can get those games where I have a 5 to 10 kill death ratio. This game mode, it didn't seem like it was possible, just because I was moving so fast and getting so many kills. On top of that, this is by far the fastest game mode to level up. It's not even close. I was playing 5-minute games and getting well over 10,000 experience per game. It's not even close. This is by far the fastest way to level up. The XP is out of this world. On top of that, the games, like I just said, are very short. You're looking under 5 minutes for every single game you play, which is good. good, but I think they could up that score limit just a little bit, maybe to 70 or 80. I think 75 might be good, but overall, short game modes, incredibly high experience, and hard to have a really good kill death, especially if you're playing the objective. So the idea of combining two fast-paced game modes is really smart and really eloquent and is a good idea. However, there is one problem and one problem alone, is that one of these playstyles, Kill Confirmed, is always moving. You're always running around, you're always trying to pick up these tags, or in this case, fracture pieces. Whereas Hardpoint, you're always camping, you're always waiting at that hardpoint for players to come to you, and you're trying to hold that down. When you have those two playstyles put together, the camping one is always going to win. It's just easier to play a camping game style. It's the way Call of Duty has worked, past, present, and future. It's just the way it works. Any first-person shooter games, campers generally win the gunfights. Of course, there's the outliers, there's the fast-paced players that can just outgun those campers. However, for the most part, it's just easier to camp. Now, for the most part, this is the main problem in Fracture, is that if you camp the fracture point, it makes the game mode so easy for you to win. And what I mean by this is if you just go to the fracture point and wait for players to come to you, if you kill them and they are holding fracture pieces already, they drop those fracture pieces. You can pick all of them up and score those points for yourself. What this means is that by camping the fracture point, it's easier to actually score because when you kill people, you are already at that fracture point. And on top of that, they drop all these fracture points that they've already picked up from running around. And as soon as you sit and stop and wait at that fracture point, all of a sudden, you're kind of breaking the game mode, and it's going to be easier for you to score than this person that did all the work, ran around the map. So there is one saving grace here, and that's that the fracture point actually moves. And not only that, it seems that the fracture point is randomly moved throughout the map. There is no way to tell where that fracture point is going to move. So you can't have two players on your team that are just going to constantly camp out one of the fracture points that it is currently and then have another player at the next fracture point. You can't do that because you don't know where the next one is going to be. There is no constant rotation like there is in Hardpoint. Now, the problem is that the fracture point is there for a full minute. So the most it's possibly going to move if you have a 10-minute game is 10 times. I don't think this is good at all. Here's how you fix the problem of campers waiting at the fracture point. You make it so the fracture point moves every 10 to 20 seconds. Make that time much shorter, because then instead of having to camp that fracture point, you can kind of just run around the map killing people, and then when the fracture point is close to you, then you can go and turn in. Because as of right now, the problem lies where when you go to turn in, they all of a sudden have 4 people sitting on that fracture point, and it's so easy for them to take all of the fractures, shards, or whatever you want to call them, that you just built up, and take them because they're camping that point. So like I said, the way to fix that would be making the amount of time that the fracture point is in a certain area very, very short, making it move around quickly, therefore making the people move around the map even more quickly. So as far as tips go when playing Fracture, you're going to want to camp the fracture point. There is no other way to put it. That is where you want to be. You want to be at that fracture point, waiting for them to come to you, and as soon as they do, you kill them, take all their fracture shards, and get to that fracture point. Now, it's obviously, like I said, much easier to do that when you're camping that fracture point. So the best advice I have for you guys is use weapons that are good up close. So your VMP, your Vesper, your Kuda, even your Brecci. There's a ton of people using Brecci in this game mode because those up close gun battles are so goddamn important. Also, Sixth Sense. If you use Sixth Sense, you're going to be able to tell where the enemies are coming from, which makes defeating them that much easier, and therefore taking the shards that much easier. And also, the final tip I have for you is that when an enemy has more than 2 shards, they have this little glowing shard around them. The reason why it's not less than that is because you're always going to drop 1 shard. Therefore, if you have 2 or more, you have this glowing shard thing around you. It means that your teammate or enemy is carrying a good amount of shards. Those are the enemies you want to kill. Those are the ones that really matter. So focus on killing those ones first, taking as many shards as they have, and just delivering them to that capture point. Other than that, like I said, stick near that fracture point, camp it out. I hate to give that advice, but honestly, it's the way you're going to win in this game mode as of right now. Also, the specialist weapons and characters that are going to dominate are the ones that are amazing up close. So the skill spikes, the Purifier, and the Ripper all do incredibly well in this game mode. Since every single gunfight is so up close and personal, it works extremely well in this game mode. And another unfortunate thing about this game mode is that if you are a player like me who is constantly just getting horrible teams, like players who are going negative 20 kills, this game mode really amplifies it, because the way the score works is you get 50 points per kill, 25 points for picking up a shard, and if a teammate picks up your shard, you're also getting 25 points. And finally, if you deposit a shard into the fracture point, you get 50 points. So the fact that it's so easy to get points makes it so that if you are on a team with really bad players who are dying a lot and losing fracture shards to enemies, they are going to get kill streaks very, very, very quickly, and it's a little bit of a problem. So guys, let me know what you think of Fracture. I'm really interested to see whether you guys are enjoying it, whether you hate it, whether you kind of like it. As for me, I'm going to give it like a 6.5 out of 10 as of right now. I think if they were to fix some of this camping, it would bump up to like an 8. I love fast-paced game modes. That's what they were trying to do with this game mode. Unfortunately, with the fracture point, taking time to score those points and all of that stuff, it makes it a little too campy for my liking. As of right now, I just prefer to stick to kill confirmed. But like I said, the idea of it's really good. I think it just needs some little bits of tweaking to make it a little less campy, a little more fast-paced. But like I said, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Have you played it? What do you think of it? Do you enjoy it? What would you rate it out of 10? Let me know all of that down in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, found it informative, it would be fantastic if you could leave a like rating. It really, really helps with the channel and lets me know that you want to see more videos exactly like this one. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. I upload new Call of Duty videos every single day of the week, and if that sounds like something interesting to you, that subscribe button is sitting there with your name on it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Check out my Twitch, Twitter down in the description. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, peace out.